Wallin.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be fighting Dillian Whyte October 30th, Halloween weekend, in the UK. The fight's kind of a surprise, right? People weren't expecting this fight to happen. They came out of nowhere. How did that happen? How did it come about?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a little bit of a surprise for me as well. I was in talks to fight Luis Ortiz over here in the US, but that fell through for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I had said yes and everything. I was just waiting. But then, in the middle of all that, this offer came to fight Dylan, and we had maybe 3 days until it was set and done. So it was very fast. It happened all very quick, but I'm happy with it. Of course, I wanted a big fight and I got it.
All right, so you're set to go to the UK. What kind of preparations are you gonna make? Are you gonna leave early, or are you gonna? How's that gonna? Have you figured that out yet, or?
Yeah, we're actually working on that right now, but we probably leave somewhere like 10 to 7 days before. It's 5 hour time difference, but also the fight is gonna be at night, so can adjust the times a little bit. Go to bed a little later and wake up a little later, so it shouldn't be that bad.
So Dylan's a tough fight. How do you feel you match up with him, and what are the strengths that you think you could take advantage for yourself in that fight?
Yeah, I mean he's a good fighter. He's highly ranked. Uh, he's been in a lot of wars, and I feel like he's aging a little bit. And I think that you can see that in the Povetkin fights. Uh, I think that I'm a smart fighter. I'm fast, and I got good defense and good offense. So I think that my style. I don't know if he even fought any southpaws before. Maybe early on in his career, but nothing really, no one significant. So I think that would be an advantage also for me that I'm a southpaw.
Okay, you're gonna be going to the UK. Have you ever been in a place where it's like a hostile environment where you're on the road? Do you even notice the crowd when you're fighting? Is that something that could bother you? Do you think, or?
I don't think it would bother me. I mean, when I fought Fury, I had the crowd against me, but at the end, I mean, a lot of people turned and they liked me, so that was good. But I'm not really worried about that. I think that England is not too far from Sweden, where I'm from, and I'll be having a lot of people coming over as well. So it will all be fine, I think.
Okay, big fight this weekend, Anthony Usyk. How do you think that fight's gonna go down? Are you gonna be watching? How do you think that fight is gonna like?
Yeah, I'll be watching for sure. I think it's an interesting fight. I'm not really sure, but I mean, I will favor Joshua to win and maybe stop him late. But I think that Usyk, he's good, so he can definitely come up with some problems for Joshua. So we see what happens. It's gonna be interesting.
Another big fight in a couple weeks will be the Wilder Fury fight. You fought Fury. How do you see that fight going down? I mean, this is their third fight. It seems like Fury probably has Wilder's number, but what do you think?
I think so. I think that he's pretty much figured him out. I think Wilder, he's very dangerous with his one punch, but he can't just rely on that. He's got to let his hands go and not load up so much because Fury has good defense, and if he has load up, that's gonna make it easier for him. So we see how much Wilder has learned. He's come up with a lot of excuses and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he's learned any.
Do you think he's able to change? Because we've never seen him do anything else except for like go forward and punch, right?
I think that, especially when he fought Steve Earn, he looked like a good boxer. Like he was using his jab well and stuff. But then I think what happened is like when you start knocking everybody out like that, it's easy to just rely on your power, and you think that your power is always going to save you. So I think that maybe he overlooked some things, some basics, and just relied on his power. Um, Maybe he's been able to make some adjustments, but like I said, with all the excuses and stuff, I wonder how much he's really learned and picked up.
Do you think the long layoff is probably better for him than it is for Fury? They haven't fought in like a year or so.
Yeah. If he will favor somebody, I think Wilder because he switched trainers, so now he's had more time with his new trainer and stuff like that. So it might favor him a little bit more than Fury.
All right, so you're gonna be keeping an eye on the fight. The Dillian Whyte fight. Do you think it could, if you beat Dillian, you could kind of get into that? I mean, it's a big fight for both of you guys, right? It puts you both into that conversation with Joshua, Furies. in that top 5, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I beat Dylan, I consider myself maybe top 4, top 5 in the world. And it's the WBC interim belt, so that's great. So I mean, I would think that I would be somewhat next in line for Fury if he's still the champion then, or at least fight for the WBC title.
Do you think this will make other fighters talk about you because they don't really want to face you, or they kind of ignore you for whatever reason? Do you think this will force them to kind of notice you, or at least acknowledge that you're there in that top 5?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hear my name a lot, to be honest. I don't hear my name being thrown around a lot, and I think it's for different reasons. But this will really put my name up there, and they can't really deny me at that point. I feel like for me to get a rematch with Fury, I almost have to force it, and it would be the best way to do it this way. Beat Dillian Whyte and then get the interim belt, and then be in line for him.
So that's you want Fury again? Is that something that you really want?
I mean, honestly, it's not so much about Fury, but I want to be the champion. So I want to be world champion, want to fight for the world title. So right now he's one of them, and I'll have a good position in the WBC. So
in a second fight with Fury, what do you think that you would do different? Why do you think the outcome would be different if you would fight Fury again this time?
I think a lot would be different. Some of the things, I mean, I had only fought 1 round in 18 months when I fought him. I had like 3 fights get canceled that year before that fight, and then it was my first fight at that big stage. So I think that I'm more experienced now. I'm maturing a little bit, and I feel like I've learned a lot from it, and I keep learning all the time. So there's a lot of things I can do better, and I already know that I'll do better than what I did then.
Okay, a couple more questions. Last week we had Belfort fight Holyfield. A couple weeks ago we had Paul against Tyrone Wood. What do you think, as a boxer, you're a serious boxer, what do you think about the celebrity boxing thing that's kind of taken over like the business almost?
I don't mind it, to be honest. I mean, if people have followings and they want to watch these guys, then like, who am I to say that they can't fight? A lot of people are not happy with them getting paid more than us and stuff like that, or getting paid more than big fighters. It's a business, and it's about entertainment, and a lot of people want to watch those guys. So there's nothing really you can do with it. I think that us boxers and promoters and everybody in boxing got to realize that social media and the PR end of it is a really big thing, and that's, I think, where boxing can improve to help people want to watch us. We can fight much better than these guys, but more people want to watch them. So I think we can take a number from them and build ourselves up, and that will have to be the boxing business, the promoters and the networks, help us get to that point.
All right, Otto Wallin, Dillian Whyte, October 30th, Halloween weekend. Are you gonna pull a Deontay Wilder and come out in costume?
I'll probably leave that costume because he was complaining about it afterwards. But going in just like myself, I'm gonna come out as myself and as the winner.